two non-obsessed, obsessed people. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tussle. My name is Alistair Galloway. I will be handling the commentary duties while Mr. Harold prepares for his match in just a few moments and recovers afterwards. How is everybody doing tonight? King, hello. I'd usually be insulted by being called a peasant, but you're not Pierre, so I'm slightly less insulted. This is going to be one hell of a matchup to start the night, as we looking at one of the most decorated superstars in TCWC over the last year, and one of, if not the face of the TCW women's division for most of last season, Hannah Mortis, alongside a rising star in TCWC, Angela Lopez, former AAW world champion, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, Johnny Valentine, how dare you? Women's heavyweight champion, I apologize. Hello, honey. No, don't tell me to silence when I'm doing commentary for you. Oh, this is a...
Making her way to the ring from St. Paul, Minnesota, Hannah Mortis.
A very different Hannah Mortis than we are used to here in TCWC ever since she returned from her devastating neck injury in October of last year. She has been very unhappy, to say the least, about not being entered in either the tag tournament with her husband Lucius Graves or in the tournament to crown a new women's capital champion. As a former 3-time women's capital champion, she has taken that, leaving her out as a massive slight, which I'm sure was not intended by management, but her opponents have to deal with management's decisions now, and I do not envy them.
And her opponents, first representing the final testament from New York, Ray Noah.
And here comes Rena, one half of the tag team known as Havoc, and 1/6 known of the group known as the Final Testament. Rena has made quite the impact here on the circuit in the just about year that she has been here, as a former 2-time women's Vanquisher champion and 2-time women's tag team champion alongside Sky Flores. Rena looking for her first shot at the Capital Championship to add to her already impressive list of accomplishments, not just here in the circuit, but ACW, BPW, and Brazil Wrestling Society. And making her return to the circuit tonight is Miss Angela Lopez, The former, you always need the bat, Harold. The former AAW Women's Heavyweight Champion, who is looking to capture, or have the opportunity to capture her first championship here on the circuit. But she has quite the test in front of her. Rena is the most dominant Vanquisher champion the women's division has seen, whereas Hannah Mortis is the, as I said earlier, face of the women's division for most of last season. But you have to think Hannah's neck is still an issue. And here we go. Hannah and Angela immediately going after each other. Hannah getting the better of the advantage with the wing clipper right off the bat, but Rena breaks it up. Ooh, Rena takes a big set of kicks from Hannah, but ducks under one, manages to sweep the leg into a nice neck breaker. Angela running. Ooh, nice pop-up drop kick by Angela. Another one to Hannah. But Rena has caught her with a nice face buster and a stomp, immediately following it up. But Angela with a nice takedown. You don't need to see, it's fine. Nice springboard DDT by Angela onto Hannah, targeting that neck. It's a smart move. Reno with a nice running clothesline, but into a roll-up by Angela. Not even a 1 count before Rena kicks out. Hannah working on the arm of Angela, takes a nice kick from Rena and a nice spinning back kick. Rena in control for the moment. Big kick to the midsection, both women. Nice basement drop kick by Rena. Going to nice running forearm. Angela with the kendo stick, but Rena stops her. Angela trips Rena. Big kick to the back before going immediately after the veteran and Hannah. Come on, Angela. Big springboard DDT takes out both women. Angela is definitely content with going after the neck of Hannah Mortis. Rena sends Angela to the apron and goes over to kick Hannah. And picks up the kendo stick, catches Angela. Goes into the pin. 1. Only a 1 count. Hannah and Rena tie up. Hannah went for a fall away slam, but just did not have the strength to get Rena up. Angela with the unprettier. Into the pin. 1, 2. Rena manages to kick out. Angela picking Rena back up. Into a fireman's carry. Into an airplane spin. And it just drops Rena to the ground. Angela going up top. Thinks better of it as Rena gets back into the ring. Nice back suplex by Angela. Before she eats one of her own by Hannah Mortis. Angela kicks Hannah off. Going for whatever it was. Hannah managed to get out and deliver a nice reverse DDT. Big neck breaker by Rena onto Hannah. Big headbutt by Hannah. Hannah not showing any signs that that neck is slowing her down in any way. Harold the bat, Harold the bat, and Hannah is busted open after those kicks by Rena. Nice butterfly suplex by Hannah. Angela content on the outside to let Hannah and Rena go after each other. Smart strategy. Into the pinfall. One. Only a 1 count. Going for the stretch muffler. Rena fights her way out of it very quickly. Big punches to the head. Maybe Hannah wasn't quite able to get that locked in as she would have liked with her neck the way it is. But big reversal. Rena reverses into a reverse DDT. Now deciding to talk some of her smack that Rena is well known for. Oh yeah, man. Sorry. Big clothesline misses by Rena. I think Angela might be broken. I don't know. We're back from commercial break. Angela still on the outside of the ring. Rena making her way back to her feet and into the ring. Both women go. Big Luthez press by Rena onto Hannah, delivering those right hands for eating a dropkick of her own. Angela looking to take advantage of Rena momentarily being out of the ring. But Hannah's able to reverse. Holy shit. Welcome in Ishiro and the Raiders.
Use this.
This is a weird time for me to be the only one on commentary. How's it going, Ishiro? Big power slam by Angela onto Rena in the middle of the ring, going for a pin. 1, 2, Rena kicks out. Hello, Gwen. Nice DDT by Angela, but she eats a kendo stick shot. Hannah calling Rita up to her feet. Her nose is gushing blood at this point. Rena reverses. Big RKO by Rena. Will that be it? Ref into position. 1, 2. Oh! Rena is frustrated. Hannah was able to get her shoulder up. Nice jumping neck breaker by Rena. Big kick to Hannah. Going after Angela. But Angela catches her. Go to sleep. 1, 2. Rena kicks out at the last moment yet again. And a nice insult to injury by Angela. Hannah back into the ring. Going immediately after Rena. Ducks under that chop, goes for the pinfall. Angela managed to just break it up after taking the long way around. Oh, the rings of Saturn. Angela fights her way out almost immediately. Angela off the ropes. Rena. Nice spin kick. Big elbows by Hannah into the midsection of Rena. She has Rena caught. Is Angela going to be able to make it in to break up the pin? No, she is not. Hannah Mortis is your winner. Finally getting her shot at the Capital Championship. She never lost. Angela was just a split second too late getting back in to break up that pinfall, but it is good to see Hannah back in top form. Very exciting to see her versus Talia. That was a fantastic match to start us off tonight. Hannah showing no ill effects of the broken neck, but all three of these women gave each other every bit they had. Several moments. This match was scripted and I should know. Lovely. We don't script things here. This is a completely legitimate company. Here you see Angela just a bit too far away to break up the pinfall. A very beaten and battered Hannah Mortis. Be heading to Blockade on Thursday to face the rookie upstart Talia for the Capital Championship that Hannah believes is her property. And I am very excited to see those two women square off. And now heading in to our second contest of the night, we have a debuting superstar here in TCWC. He'll be taking on the man who would normally be on commentary with me, Mr. Timothy Harold. Harold will be looking to bounce back after his performance against Jackson Prince 3 weeks ago, and hopefully put on a better showing and spoil the debut of this new superstar. I'm gonna be a little quiet during the new guy's entrance because I don't know quite a bit about him. This is legit competition with nothing suspect taking place.
The following contest is
And here comes the boss.
ready to the ring from St. Paul, Minnesota, weighing in at 274 pounds, Timothy Harold!
Not the meta. Here he is, the inaugural Vanquisher champion himself, the owner of TCWC, Timothy Harold, who is taking a break from his managerial duties to step into the ring and try and teach this newcomer exactly what the meta is. My boss is saving the world of wrestling from becoming whatever it is. That's a way to put it. There's totally no delusions of grandeur there in any way, shape, or form. Harold looking fired up and excited about the opportunity to step into the ring tonight. Will Harold's meta be proved too much for the rookie to learn on night one?
And his opponent.
And here comes the rookie himself.
70 pounds, Emerson
An explosive start to the entrance. That is quite the logic stretch there, Toadstool. But I can see where you're coming from. Interesting look for this man, Emerson. Rather basically what I said. Interesting to see how this man presents himself in the ring, especially against the more experienced Timothy Harold. And here we go. God damn it. And we're back. Nice kick right off the bat by Emerson into a bit of grappling. Maybe hoping to show off his technical abilities, but Harold is just too strong, sending him down. A big clothesline and ooh, bottom rope senton. Crashing down across Emerson's chest. Back into the grapple. Harold may be looking to show off more of his power. Big rolling forearm by Harold. He goes to the second rope. Genetics are not always a blessing. Harold calling Emerson to his feet, going for a double axe handle, but Emerson manages to catch him with a punch to the gut. And now looking a big chop to the chest. Springboard into an arm drag. Calling Harold back to his feet. A nice fireman's carry takeover by Harold. Into a roll-up. That is a big man doing that kind of roll-up. It's impressive the agility Harold has. Big kick to the gut, stopping whatever Emerson had planned. Emerson immediately fighting right back out. Looking to find his first bit of sustained offense in this match. Harold has been on top of a nice Hurricanrana. Big punches. Double fist to the gut. Hesitation there, baited Harold into it. Nice sit-out jawbreaker. And big double stomp from the top rope. Ooh, Harold with a super kick, stopping whatever roll through Emerson had planned, but Emerson slips out the back, big forearm to the back. Into a nice leg drop. Standing shooting star. Brings Harold back to his feet. Throws him back into the ring. Not wanting to settle for a count out. Goes for that big springboard frog splash, but misses. Going for a springboard of his own, and ambitious. But a good snapdragon by Harold. Nice spinning leg drop. She's not wrong. Harold setting up for something. Has him up in a powerbomb position. Big throwback. Oh, that cactus style knee right into the chest and face of Emerson. That had to feel uncomfortable. Big crossbody attempt by Harold, caught into a body slam. impressive show of strength by the rookie. Set of elbows to the gut, fighting out whatever Harold had planned. Ooh, sliced bread. Dropping Harold on the back of his head. 1, 2, Harold with the shoulder up. Harold fires right back up. Emerson stops his comeback cold. Sends him off the ropes. Snapdragon. The Emerplex, I've been told it's called. Into the pin. 1, 2. Shoulder up by Harold once again. Not wanting to go down easy, but a big top rope springboard moonsault. Not gonna lie, I thought that was it too, Harold. Setting him up on the ropes. What is he gonna do? Big back body suplex. Harold with another ambitious springboard, falling just short. But nice clothesline recovery by Harold. Harold, why are you so ambitious this match? Harold throwing his thighs around against the smaller Barrett. Manages to kick him off. Ooh, miss on the springboard moonsault from the corner. Harold setting him up. Ooh. Big elbow to the back. 1, 2. He manages to kick out. He's going for it again. Disc kicks boot mix into the blockbuster from the second rope. Ooh. Into the pinfall. 1, 2. Harold with the rope break, but the ref doesn't see it. Chicanery to end the match yet again. Another official doesn't see a blatant rope break. You have to wonder if maybe that referee is upset at how much Harold is paying her. Maybe you should pay them more. Maybe they'd notice them then, Harold. I talked to them in the back. They're not getting paid a lot, sir. Yes. Yes, it is. You're saying you're above that? The refs are indeed fucking on everyone. Oh, that's a surprise. But that was a fantastic match by both men. Neither of them should have their head down after this match. I can very much see next week a rematch happening between the two after the way that ended. But nonetheless, beating a former Vanquisher champion in your debut is no easy feat, so congratulations to the rookie. Heading into the next match, we have a rematch from last episode of Tussle between Jackson Prince and Arthur Graham. They put on one hell of a show last time they were in the ring together. And we do have some comments from Jackson. Jackson is seen sitting on a couch. Hey, dickhead, I'm glad you remembered my win against the lower inquiry. You see, I'm not the man you saw that night. Jackson gets up and walks to the front door. Oh, and a few more things. Aren't you a knockoff of a certain person who is a bigger star than you'll ever be? Oh, wait. You're not smart enough to notice. Jackson walks out the door and waves to the camera. I'll see you soon, bitch. And again, I'm not the man I was. I'm not playing around anymore. It's time for an overhaul. Jackson walks away and the camera fades with a message saying, you wish I wasn't famous, but I've gone too far to quit. Bold words by Jackson, but expect nothing less from this man. Do we need to have a match between Harold and Andrew? Somebody book it. And here he is.
At 215 pounds, the narcissist, Jackson Prince.
The narcissist is a very fitting name for this man. He is very sure of himself, to say the least. But he's had a bit of a mixed bag thus far in TCWC, debuting against Timothy Harold in a win, but falling to his opponent tonight, Arthur Graham, 3 weeks ago. It'll be interesting to see if Arthur can continue that momentum or Jackson can get back on track. Only I can degrade my people. And you wonder why people are upset, sir.
And his opponent from Phoenix, Arizona, weighing in at 228 pounds, the superstar Arthur Graham.
Arthur Graham, the relative of superstar Billy Graham, is the current reigning and defending ACW Northern champion. Across the border in Canada, has not quite been able to transfer that success over to TCWC. But a win 2 weeks in a row against talent like Jackson Prince would go a long way in boosting him up the Vanquisher division standings. Does it though? Seems like it just degraded their performance in your match. But I digress. Here we go. Harold, I believe you are. And we're back from commercial. Ignore that bell. Arthur going for big punch, misses into the grappling. Arthur managed to overpower Jackson, backing him into the corner. And a clean break. But not for long. Arthur punches him, sending him back into the corner. Jackson fires back with rights of his own. Big set of strikes by Jackson, wearing out Arthur Graham into a pinfall. And he has his feet on the ref. Refs are not having a good night in seeing rope-associated issues. But Arthur backs Jackson into the corner yet again. Another clean break, but does not last again. Jackson manages to fight his way out. Jackson has been on offense a majority of this match with a nice leg snap. Going to the top rope. Big knee drop across the chest of Arthur Graham. And now just choking the life out of this man. Nice knee drop across the face. Stomping the leg. Arthur looking to get some separation, backing himself into the corner, but that's not a place you want to be. Jackson runs in with a big clothesline, sending Arthur crashing to the mat. Before he works on the hand with big stomps. Just smart move. Can't grab a hold of him. You can't do much. Arthur just does not have an answer, but a nice diamond cutter. Middle of the ring, pin. 1, 2, 3. That was domination by Jackson Prince. Arthur was just never able to get fully out of the starting blocks tonight. And Jackson ran away with that match. Good Lord. That was an impressive showing by this man. Apparently he did need to sleep at the booth. I'm not sure, but it was certainly a different Jackson than we saw 3 weeks ago. Wow, that was an impressive showing. Just absolute domination. But now we head into our second match tonight with big stakes. The Tussle Combined Tag Team Championship #1 contenders match between the Clan and the Nexus of Fate. The Clan, of course, being former Tussle Tag Team Champions, along with former Melee Tag Team Champions. And Nexus of Fate managed to dethrone Havoc at the end of last season to capture the Women's Tag Team Championship for the first time in a very long time. Sorry, I'm just making sure things happen. Okay. Okay, you're good. Both of these teams are rather quiet tonight. They look to find the right to go after the Villain Club on Thursday night at Blockade. And that is not an easy reward by any stretch of the imagination. The inaugural Tussle Combined Tag Team Champions, the longest reigning Tag Team Champions in ACW history. Not a team I would want to face off against. Yes, you can.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring at a combined weight of 475 pounds, Nathan Toru and Yuri Kushida, the Club.
This is going to be an interesting match. The Clan fresh off of a victory against Skyfloors and Arena 2 weeks ago, putting them into this contest to begin with. Here come
And their opponents, Olivia Young and Haley Gorn, the Nexus.
Here they come, the Nexus of Fate. Looking very confident in their chances here tonight against the Clan. The clan is not known for taking things lying down or going away easy. But neither are Nexus of Fate, so this should be a very interesting, exciting contest. And here we go, Haley Dawn starting off with Nathan Satoru. Nice spin out Uranagi. Immediately going after the legs, but Haley too strong, kicks him off immediately. Both go for a grapple, but Satoru managed to get the better of that exchange. Calling Haley back to her feet. Big spear! Satoru just tried to cut Haley in half with that. And took a quick trip to the apron. Might have been a mistake. Haley sends him into the Nexus corner. Tags in Olivia. Setting him up. A super back suplex from the top. Olivia setting up. Calling out to the crowd, but does not follow through, and oh! Nice tope atomico by Nathan Satoru, taking advantage of Olivia's overzealousness. But Olivia with a nice roll up. Prawn hold, I believe. That was the smartest move Satoru ever did in his entire life. I'm actually impressed. Olivia managing to fight off Satoru yet again. Has to go say hi to her partner, Haley. Gives Satoru time to roll out of the ring. Olivia drags him out. Here we go, Olivia back into the ring finally. But she catches the kick, but was not able to capitalize on it. Satoru slamming her down, but allowing the hot tag to Haley, shutting it down before Haley can start building any steam. Going after Olivia, trying to send her into the clan corner, but she reverses, sending him over the top rope. And Haley going after Kushida. Showing off a bit of her power. Nice. Spin out into a DDT by Haley, stopping whatever Satoru was going for. Back into the Nexus corner. Yet another double team move. Double clothesline. Double axe handle. Double stomps. Sending Satoru back down with that kick. But sent back into her own corner. Satoru thinking better. Big, no he didn't. Big running shoulder block. Into a nice belly to belly. And Satoru finally tags out, bringing in the bigger man of the clan. But you have to think the clan is at an advantage right now. Haley and Olivia have both been in and out of this match. Kushida is fresh. See if the clan can take advantage of that, but no, he brings Satoru back in almost immediately. Have to question that strategy by the clan. And another DDT by Haley Dawn. Pop-up powerbomb into the pin. But Kushida in immediately to break it up. Haley going to the top rope. Big body splash, but Satoru rolls out of the way. Body slam by Satoru. Showing off a bit more power than he normally does in these types of matches, but Olivia catches him. That's what you get for hanging around in the opponent's corner. Oh. Final cut. Satoru yet again allows the hot tag, but tries to shut Olivia down before she can get any steam. Nice little back and forth exchange. A big Samoan drop. It's less impressive when you do it to Olivia, Satoru. Kushida finally brought back in with big shoulder tackle on the smaller Young and just throwing her around the ring. Kushida going to the top rope. Big elbow, driving it into the heart of Olivia Young. 1, 2. Olivia fights out. Working on the hand of Olivia. Cheetah brings her back to her feet. Sends her into the Clan's corner. Double team move coming up. Oh no. Big axe handles to the small of the back of Olivia Young. Satoru seeming a bit confused on what he wants to do in this moment. Will that cost him? He went for it, but no! Power slam by Olivia. Manages to get out of it and bring... No, I thought why is Haley on the floor? Nice tornado kick by Olivia Young. Satoru back up to his feet already with a little help from Olivia. Sends him into the corner. Back elbow stops what Olivia had planned. Big power slam. Haley Dawn seemingly still on the floor. Not in a place where her partner can tag her. Big diving headbutt. 1, 2. Olivia kicks out. Is there something going on between Nexus of Fate that we're not aware of? Haley's just watching Olivia be dominated by the Clan. But she manages to fight out regardless. This is effectively a handicap match at this point. Olivia going it alone against both members of the Clan. How long can she last? Nice stun gun by Kushida. Massive clothesline by Kushida, dropping Young. Dawn, what are you doing? That's not just your tag team partner. Olivia with the roll up. No. Kushida kicks out before 1. Oh, Olivia fights out yet again. Oh, Olivia manages to fight out once again. Come on, Olivia, you can do this. Big cross body. Beat them. Sends him into the corner. Oh, she went for a power slam, but she's just not big enough. Into the cup. 1, 2, 3. The Clan are your winners. It looks like Olivia's back gave out on her at the end. And there seems to be some dissension between Haley and Olivia. something must have happened in this match or before backstage that caused Haley to drop from the apron and just let Olivia go it alone. But nonetheless, the Clan are going to Blockade on Thursday to face the inaugural Tussle Combined Tag Team Champions in the Villain Club. Yeah, that might be. Quibble, kibble. Gwibble, gwibble. But Olivia put on one hell of a fight in this glorified handicap match for the latter half. Managing to withstand quite a bit of offense by the Clan, but eventually her back gave out on her and exhaustion set in.
Nathan Toru and Yuri Kushida, the Club.
Haley, what the hell? That's a shameful way for that match to end. But anyways, moving on, we have a bit of a renewed rivalry match here between Lucius Graves and Alex Nitro, reigniting their feud from ACW. Harold, do you want to read your own calls promo?
It
I will
shall
read-
be done.
I'll
As
read
this
Nitro.
will not be a traditional, as listed in the match card situation.
Yes.
If
Lucius
you want-
Graves, you've got... Oh, sorry.
You could-
What were you going to say?
I would say I can do both if you want.
Okay,
Up to
cool.
you.
Let me give my voice a break for a second. I got a little worked up towards the end of that last match.
You are good. Alex Nitro is waiting in the ring. Lucius Graves, you've got yourself in a bit of a situation here. After that stunt you and Damokos pulled in ACW, you have no ground to stand on. You've despised me for so long, and now you're a hypocrite. You say people can't change? Well, I have. You have as well. You fought the good cause. I admit, I was unlikable during my time with Unlimited, and you fought against that. But now, the roles are reversed. The fans love me, and they hate you. That eats you up inside, and I know it. You can say this and that and pretend it doesn't bother you, but you and I both know that it does. Especially since you've never beaten me. The crowd begins to chant 2 and 0, 2 and 0, 2 and 0. See you in the ring, Alexander. As he attempts to call out Lucius. Lucius does exit on to the ramp of the arena. Damokos and me, Nitro. I think you are connecting dots that aren't there at this point, my friend. I walked away. I didn't betray anybody. I left Mr. Beauchamp in that ring, and Mr. Anderson made his own choices. I left Mr. Beauchamp in that ring the same way he left me to rot under Winters. I love Mr. Beauchamp the same way he chose to avoid drafting any rebel that wasn't a member of his family, but my dear sister. The fans loved me. No, Nitro, they didn't love me. No one loves the devil. But what they did love? Watching me destroy misguided fools like you. You've changed, Alex Wynn. You went from insufferable to becoming a pair of insufferables, and now you are alone, and still insufferable. You think I have no ground to stand on, that my justice is misplaced? You've chosen a poor hill to die on. 2-0. Who's the one addicted to the pride? Who's the one addicted to what these people think? The roles have changed, Alex, but not in the way you think. You are the unrepentant, and I was your redeemer. A fool thinking I could make any of you see the light. Now, Nitro, he steps into the ring. I am your reckoning. I'm the man who is going to break you and display that shattered body to these people so they can see what happens to you. Think getting in my way somehow has any payoff besides pain. Give me just one moment.
Both men standing face to face in the ring. They have dropped their microphones. They are nose to nose. They are still mouthing off to each other. Wait, Harold, go back. You might want to turn that top one off.
Thank you. I'm like,
You're
I
welcome.
can't get to it now.
Both men just jawing back and forth at each other. You can feel the animosity between these two men, stemming all the way back from their time in ACW together. You might want to turn entrances off.
I thought I did.
You did not.
There we go. I am back to muted now.
Okay, have fun. I will continue to carry the show. Ignore that bell! What? How? What? I don't know.
How indeed, excuse me?
Anyways. Out. Nitro going for a knee first, but Lucius ducked out of the way. Big right hand by Lucius. And tying up. This is not a sanctioned match. Ignore the referee. These two men, the ref trying to get involved. Immediately back into the corner goes Nitro. Snake Eyes into a big boot by Graves. Springboard leg drop misses as Nitro gets out of the way into a springboard moonsault of his own. Both of these men are just going after each other. Big kicks to the face by Nitro. Sends Lucius off the ropes. Pop-up punch connects. Goes out of the ring, looking to grab a weapon. Shades of the old Alex Nitro, possibly. Swinging after... Ooh! Big shot to the head of Lucius Graves. He's just wearing Lucius out with that steel chair. Lucius manages to slip out of that fireman's carry, but Alex catches him with a kick to the gut. Sends Lucius running towards the corner, but Lucius stops himself, but eats a big knee by Nitro. Nice little foot DDT by Nitro onto Lucius on the outside. Drags him back into the ring. Remember, this is not a sanctioned match. These two men are just brawling with each other. Nitro calling Lucius to his feet. Big diving kick. He's pounding away at Lucius. Climbing up to the second rope. Calling Lucius back to his feet. Kicks him back. Went for that middle rope. Kinshasa misses. Lucius. Big boot by Nitro. Nitro went for something, but Lucius blocked. Into a nice double butterfly neck breaker. Lucius thought about getting a weapon, but has thought against it. Going for a hangman's DDT. Dropping Nitro on his head. And Nitro is out. You hear Lucius hitting the steel chair. This was supposed to be a sanctioned match, but these men could not wait for the bell to ring. It ends with Lucius Graves standing tall after dropping Nitro on the top of his head with that hangman's DDT. To be fair, King, Gwen also paid for their ticket. Rena is a part of the show, Gwen's not.
Here is your winner.
We can't technically stop, apparently. Lucius Graves stands tall after this impromptu brawl with Alex Nitro. Guatista. Well, on to our next match a little sooner than anticipated. We have the Women's Vanquisher #1 contender contest between Irina Vada, the former Ascendant and Skyline champion, Callista Grace, a member of the Final Testament, and Maxine Reeves, who's been a challenger for the Vanquisher title before, if I am not mistaken. But Callista Grace has been on quite a bit of a roll this season, showing off a new, more aggressive side of her ever since she has split from Ramel Sabin and ended the High Voltage tag team to join Sky, Rena, Lilith, Cassidy, and Morgan in the Final Testament. Irina Vada is one of the most decorated women on the roster. She was a consistent title challenger last season over on Melee. And the sound guy is fired.
The following contest.
Here she comes.
Making her way to the ring from Helsinki, Finland, Irina Vada.
Harold, you might want to get the bat. I'm just saying. Here she is, the shaman herself, Yurina Vata. Like, as I said, god damn. Anyways, the former Ascendant and Skyline champion looking to make her mark on Tussle tonight. Yeah, that's fair. But here comes a member of the Final Testament.
And her opponents, first from Minneapolis, Minnesota, Callie Grace.
A former tag team champion as a part of High Voltage, looking to capture her first singles championship here in TCWC. Did we have cursed soundbite, or did it actually work the way it was supposed to? Because I can't hear. Smart move. Callie Grace. Different side of her than anybody expected. Oh. That's unfortunate.
And from Charlotte, North Carolina, Max.
But here she comes. A former Vanquisher challenger last season, looking to recapture that spot to go against either Roxy Graves or Morgan Reed this Thursday at Blockade. She is quite an exciting talent to watch in the ring. Very confident in her chances tonight of going to Blockade. Damn you, I can't sue now. Have a good lurk, Seaside. Callie Grace going immediately after Yurina Vata with that nice head scissors takeover. Yurina sends her into the corner. Goes after Maxine instead with a nice combination, ending with a big right hand. Callie with a nice hip toss into the boot. Springboard slingshot leg drop fails to connect. Callie manages to get back on the offense against Maxine with a nice kneeling jawbreaker. But Yurina misses that standing moonsault into a springboard bulldog by Callista Grace.
Infinity of the God Emperor
Immediately eats a kick from Yurina. Yurina going into the pin, but Callie breaking it up immediately.
I hereby sign the death warrant of an entire
Yurina went to send Callie off the ropes, but mistimed it. Drop kick to the knee of Vata. Into a springboard drop kick by Reeves into Vata's back. Yay. Soundbite work. Cool. Yurina firing off on Callie Grace. Nice armringer drop kick. Vata going after Reeves on the outside. Stomping on that hand on the concrete floor. That cannot feel good. Yurina sends Maxine back into the ring. Elbows Grace Grace with an elbow of her own. Vada and Grace trading elbows back and forth. Into the snake eyes on the apron. Irina went to talk trash, but Reeves was having none of it. Grace back into the ring as well as Reeves, but Reeves went to taunt, and that went poorly into a big kick by Grace. Vada throwing the kendo stick. Nice. Tope Atomico by Irina Vada. Big spinning back kick. But Callie going into the roll-up. One, not even a one. To her own combinations, ending with a drop kick. Going after Reeves in the pin. One, that all she gets. Rolls out of the way of that attempted knee. Maxine catches a drop kick to the back by Irina. Irina with a super kick to the gut. Boom! One. Maxine breaks it up. Seems to have hurt herself on the breakup, but manages to catch Irina with a kick. Ooh, big Superman forearm. Nice kicks, but Grace catches it, manages to elbow. Oh. Nice tilt-a-whirl arm drag by Vada onto Reeves. Went for that super kick to the gut again, but missed. Reeves charging in, catches Irina's feet. Big kick to the face. Maxine went for that double drop kick, but was not quite able to succeed. Something happened with Irina and Callie. One. Only a one count. Irina looks to be out on her feet. I wasn't quite able to see what happened between those two. Irina catches the kick. Leg snap. Nice snapmer into the penalty kick to the back. Springboard moonsault just misses. Irina picking it up. That kendo stick yet again going after Callie Grace. Tries to throw it, but Callie rolls out of the way. Tries to send her off the ropes, but Irina, big running forearm. Into raining down the punches onto Callista. Hauling Grace back to her feet. Reeves just standing on the out. Nice top rope blockbuster. Reeves content to just let these two women duke it out. Irina, nice corkscrew, whisper in the wind almost. Into the pin. One. Maxine back into the ring. Knight carrying Irina, but is too indecisive. And Irina with a big head kick into the hammer fists. Callie manages to break it up. Eat defeat by Callie. Maxine sending Callie off of the ropes. Callie stops herself, rolls out of the way of that kick, cannot evade that knee, but evades that punch, and oh, we have to think Irina was going for Maxine there, but ended up catching Callie as Maxine ducked. Going after another weapon, but Callie says no, slams her head off of the ground. Irina picks up the kendo stick from in the ring, running swanton by Callie. Slamming Maxine's arm off the concrete floor. Urena attempts to throw the kendo stick yet again, but misses as Maxine gets back into the ring. Callie reversed whatever Maxine was going for. Into a big flying elbow drop. Rolling Maxine over. Oh, Urena breaks it up. Super kick to the gut yet again. This has to be it. She goes after Maxine instead. 1, 2, 3. Urena Vada is your #1 contender for the Women's Vanquisher Championship at Blockade. These 3 women went through an absolute war. But Urena looking to capture her first championship here on Melee, or on Tussle, excuse me. That was an action-packed triple threat match. You see here in the closing moments, Callie going for that elbow that ended up putting Maxine out for the rest of the match, but she was a little too hyper-focused, allowing Urena to take her out and take the cover on Maxine.
Here is your winner, Urena Vada!
The 2 most experienced women have won their triple threat matches tonight, with Hannah Mortis taking the victory over Angela Lopez and Rena in our opening contest, and Urena over Callista and Maxine. Urena taking the pin over on Maxine instead of Callista is insane. Didn't realize that elbow borderline killed her. But going to our next contest, we have another debut here tonight. Woman by the name of Yuri Rose makes her debut tonight against the the Final Testament's member, Cassidy Lee. Is a Vanquisher division match. Be interesting to see how Yuri handles the brashness of Cassidy in this match, and if Cassidy is going to have any brashness facing a person she doesn't really know anything about. Sound guy.
Scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring from Kyoto, Japan, Yuri the Dragon Rose.
Yes. But here she comes, the rookie in TCWC, Yuri Rose. I don't quite know a lot about her, but she has quite the look, and quite the confident look at that. Ready to take on the Final Testament's Cassidy Lee. Skill issue. Adios, King. Womp womp. And here she comes.
And her opponent, representing the final testament from Salem, Massachusetts, the assassin, Cassidy Lee.
I don't remember giving her this music. But here she is, the final testaments, Cassidy Lee. The crowd not a fan, but Cassidy did have quite the successful break from TCWC during the off-season, so to speak, capturing a tag team title with Callista Grace, who we saw in the last match.
In fealty of the God
Yeah, what this
Emperor,
rookie
our
is able to
undying
do.
Lord, and by the grace of the Golden
Cassidy
Throne,
right out of the gate, running
I
knee.
hereby sign the death
Yuri
warrant
fights her
of
off.
Hellworld, and consign a million
Went for the
souls
moonsault, but Cassidy out of the way. A little bit of grappling. Yuri takes advantage. Cassidy manages to slip out. It's a rear waist lock. Yuri, nice transition. These women going back and forth in this wrestling with nice side headlock by Cassidy. Big wrench. Cassidy just wearing Yuri down with that side headlock, but nope, Yuri back to her feet. She's gonna be able to fight out of this. She does. Nice arm wringer into another hammerlock. Two women going back and brings Cassidy down to a knee, momentarily wrenching. Nice little leg trip. Calling Cassidy up to her feet. Ooh, big knee. Cassidy with a big kick right off the bat, though. Oh. Nasty forearms to the back of the neck by Cassidy Lee onto Yuri. Raining down punches on the veteran, or the rookie. Another grapple between the two. No, she will not stop. Kind of their thing if you haven't noticed. Big elbows to the gut by Cassidy on to Yuri. Big punch. Just ripping at the face of Yuri. Shoving her down and stomping on the back of her neck. She is trying to debilitate Yuri. Big elbow off the top, bionic. One. Only a 1 count. Yuri showing a bit of resilience in this match. She crawls and drags herself up in the corner. Big elbow, fights her way out of whatever Cassidy had planned. Trying to drag her over to the rope. Manages to. Sends Yuri. Nice handstand head scissor into a drop kick. She is fired up. She's starting to build a bit of momentum. Nice fisherman suplex, but does not lock the leg going for the fall. She goes to the top rope instead. With an insane elbow from the top. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. Cassidy manages to kick out at 2. Oh. 1. Only a 1 count there. Cassidy rolling towards the ropes, looking to drag herself up. Big punch. Spikes her with that apron DDT. Cassidy manages to fight back, but Yuri stopping what she had planned with a big super kick. Sending Cassidy back into the ring. Calling Cassidy back to her feet. Bicycle knee. 1, 2, but Cassidy manages to get out yet again. Bites out of that once more. Went for that underarm DDT. Elbow to the back elbow yet again by Cassidy. These two women are putting on a bit of a technical showcase as well. Nice combination ending with that sliding knee. Yuri calling Cassidy back to her feet. Big knee. And that ring awareness dragging Cassidy away from the ropes towards the middle of the ring. Shut up. Yeah, that's fair. But Cassidy managing to hang on and duck out of the way of that running headbutt. Went for those forearms again, but Yuri manages to slip out. Cassidy yet again with the reversal. These women are putting on a bit of a technical clinic. Reversal after reversal, big bicycle kick. 1, 2, and that is it. Yuri Rose wins her debut match over Cassidy Lee. A nice showing by both women. Nice replay of that insane elbow from the top, driving in Cassidy's chest. Cassidy kicking out of that second bicycle knee in the corner. I am also surprised, but after that initial burst, Cassidy was just not able to stay on offense despite all of her reversals. They are debuters and returners are doing fantastic this year.
Here is your winner, Yuri the Dragon.
A very impressive debut by Yuri Rose here tonight. Definitely a well-earned victory. We'll see if she is able to keep this momentum up and possibly find herself in a Vanquisher Championship match sooner rather than later. And heading into our next match, we have the match for Tussle's last spot in the Revolution Gauntlet between Xander Wright and Aiden York. Xander Wright, of course, a former Revolution champion. Aiden York was consistently able to hang around in towards the end of the Revolution matches, but was never quite able to capture that belt last season, and he's looking to hold on to his spot in the gauntlet tonight. And I don't believe either of these men have said anything today. They haven't.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Baltimore, Maryland, weighing in at 198 pounds, Xander Wright.
Here comes the former Revolution champion, Xander Wright, who, like a majority of the Revolution holders, was not able to successfully defend it before dropping it to Villain Club's Drew Malenko, who had the most impressive run with that championship, managing 2 successful defenses, 1 in the gauntlet and 1 in a singles contest. But Xander looking to possibly become the first man to hold the Revolution championship more than once, and feeling very confident in his ability to keep his spot in the gauntlet.
And his opponent from Leeds, England, weighing in at 198 pounds, Aiden York.
But he has quite the test in front of him in this man, Aiden York. As you see, danger is abundant when York is near the ring. He is not a man who is going to go down easy. He is going to give you every bit of fight and venom that he has in his veins. And I am excited to see how this match goes. Here we go. York starting off with a nice high kick into a roll-up. It's not even a 1 count. Big knee by Aiden York. Xander with a nice little hurricanrana. Big elbow drop. Aiden manages to kick Xander off. Elbows after elbows into the midsection of York. Big chop by Wright, but misses the attempt at the springboard tornado DDT. Into a grapple, Xander pushing Aiden back into the corner. Big punch. Ooh. Nice springboard dropkick to the back of York's head. Going for an armbar, but York manages to fight out almost immediately with a nice head scissor takeover. Drags Xander to his feet. Nice little twisting crossbody. Oh, slingshot kick caught and dropped by Xander Wright. Nice double axe handle from the top rope. Goes for the pin. 1, 2, no. So close, but manages to get the shoulder up at the last second. Into another pin. 1, 2. Aiden manages to get his shoulder up yet again. Xander heading to the top rope. He's very comfortable up there. A 450 elbow drop. 1, 2. And Aiden still gets the shoulder up. You hear the crowd showing their appreciation for Aiden's resiliency. Xander going to the apron, looking for another springboard maneuver. Big springboard clothesline. Didn't quite get all of it, but still enough to drop Aiden. Ooh, the middle rope frog splashes just misses. Nice little natural selection almost. Into the pin. Might be a little too... Oh, 1, 2. Thought that might have been a little close to the ropes, but the referee did not think so. But Xander able to get out of it regardless. But calling Xander to his feet. Big misses the stomp. Nice schoolboy. Into 1, 2. Does not manage to steal it. Xander catches the kick. Nice leg sweep. Going into the pin. 1, 2. No. Only a 2 count. Xander picking Aiden up. Turning him around. Nice jumping neck breaker. Same. I would have been so dejected if that ended the match. Xander firing himself up. Charging in. Both men go for offense and miss, but a nice little inside cradle. 1, 2. Xander manages to kick out once again. Aiden rolls out of the ring after Xander, but Xander catches him. Big kick to the gut. Ooh. On the outside. Aiden almost reflexively tries to get that kick in, but does not work. A pump handle suplex over the top. Xander is in complete control of this match at the moment. Into a side head. And now just showing off with that headstand. Calling Aiden back to his feet. Kick to the gut. He's going for it again. Fisherman Buster on the outside. And I think he's just leaving Aiden for dead. No, he is not. Big diving elbow drop, resetting the count. Aiden manages to fight out. Big running knee. Stretching out that arm. Neither of these men want to die here tonight. Big twisting crossbody off the top rope by Aiden. Resets the count yet again into a spinning neckbreaker. Calling Xander to his feet. Ooh. Xander back to his feet, almost immediately rolling out of the way of that kick with a big jumping clothesline and kip up. How either of these men are still going is beyond me, and that big boot seems to have drawn blood from Xander. This might easily be the match of the night. Aiden to the top rope. Big body splash into the pin in the middle of the ring. 1, 2, 3. And Aiden York manages to pull off the victory over Xander Wright. For a good stretch there, I figured Xander Wright was going to run away with that match, but it was not to be here tonight. Aiden York, with an incredible amount of resiliency, manages to hang around after multiple finishers by Xander and gets the pinfall on a
Most will end up here,
blood. Thank you
covered in
for
the
following,
poisoned earth.
Casey. So
awaiting merciful oblivion.
much appreciated. I'm not usually the one that's talking on this stream. That would be
This would be this
Harold,
voice. Thank you, Cassio, for the follow.
I am giving Harold's voice a break by commentating for tonight's show. So we hope you enjoy what you have seen so far, and we much appreciate the follow, friend.
Here is your winner, Aiden York.
You can see the bruising and welts already forming on the body of Aiden York. This man went through an absolute war tonight, but managed to walk out victorious. But he is out of the frying pan into the fire, they say, with that Revolution gauntlet. This match is a war every single time. You can join by getting 6,000 channel points and redeeming the Join TCWC, like so. That was just to show the thing. But I can't join. I have too many people here already. I have like 30% of Harold's roster. Into our next contest, we have the Gauge of TCWC, Lance Gage, versus the unhinged Elijah Fink, who had quite the overseas tour, attacking Bennett Hayes, shaving his head, and attempting to take down Lucius Graves last episode of Tussle. Just was not able to pull the victory out.
The following is scheduled
Here
for one
comes.
fall, making his way to the ring from Newport, Wales, weighing in at 239 pounds, Lance Gage!
Here he is, the Gauge of TCWC, looking to find out if Elijah Fink measures up. But Lance Gage was struggling quite heavily towards the end of Season 1 here in TCWC, where the Gauge might be wearing out. We'll see if he is able to turn that around here tonight, or if the trend will continue. Reminder that Lance Gage is not a spring chicken by any means. He is quite the veteran here in TCWC.
And his opponent from Traverse City, Michigan, weighing in at 263 pounds, Elijah Fink.
And here he is, the unhinged one himself, Elijah Fink, a former member of the Carnival and the Flock. You have to wonder how much of the cult following mentality of the Flock is still ingrained like a geas in Fink's head, and if that has anything to do with his erratic behavior of late, or if he's simply showing his true colors. Man is a former tag team champion multiple times over here in the circuit, looking to make a name for himself in singles competition, looking to take on either Anthony or Fletcher Stud this Thursday. Gage immediately out of the gate with a big jumping clothesline, picks Fink up and just tosses him to the side, calling for him to get back up. Fink manages to overpower the Gage, backing him up to the ropes. The referee gets involved, separating the two. Elijah with a big right hand, right back into the grapple. But this time, Gage is the one powering out, backing Elijah into the corner. The ref breaks it up yet again. Elijah went for a springboard, but Gage manages to catch him before he's able to. Nice takeover into a side headlock by Elijah Fink. Wrenching away, trying to wear down the Gage, possibly even further. Big knee to the side of the head. And now you see Elijah calling for more. Sending Gage over the top rope to the floor. And Elijah seems content to just stay in the ring and watch Gage struggle to make his way back to his feet. Big uppercut into a nice spin out suplex. Gage managing to fire back. Big belly-to-belly overhead suplex by Gage. Gage looking to fire up, but Fink shutting it down. Gage back on the offense, calling Fink to his feet, but took a little too long. Big back elbows into the midsection of Gage. Fink back in control for the moment. Gage not having any of it, but a big hip toss by Fink sends Gage back to the ground. Calls Gage to his feet. Nice corkscrew into the ring. You don't have a Discord command, do you, Harold? It rolls him over. Big move by Gage, sending Fink to the ground. 1, 2, almost. Oh, we had the same thought. Gage gets him up, plants him almost dead center. 1, 2. So far, Elijah Fink is measuring up to the Gage. Goes for a big shoulder block off the top, catches him. Nice little running neck snap. Into a camel clutch. Will Fink tap out? No, he will not. Big elbow to the face of Gage. Big snatch spine buster by Fink. He is feeling it now. into a camel clutch of his own. Fink fights out of the power slam attempt into a nice DDT. Going for a big knee drop, finds the mark and seems to have drawn blood from the gauge. Fink calling him to his feet, sending him off the ropes, ducks under. Big splash after the atomic drop. Gage rolling to the ropes, dragging himself up. Fink sending him to the outside. What is he planning on doing? Big kick to the gut. Oh, no. Don't. Gage manages to fight out, avoiding the powerbomb into the apron that Fink was going for. We have seen the amount of damage that move can do to the human body. Fink right back on the offense. Is going for a different version of it. Power bomb off the apron and swung around. You have to think that has to be it for the Gage here tonight. But no, he manages to reverse, sending Fink back into the ring. Big spinning heel kick. I don't think there's much left in the Gage here tonight. This might do it. Into the pin. 1, 2, 3. Elijah Fink has measured up to the Gage here tonight. These two men beat the holy hell out of each other in this contest, but in the end, the Gage's struggles seem to be continuing here in TCWC. The apron powerbomb, despite not getting as much of it as he probably would have liked, into more of the small of the back, still driving the shoulder blades into the apron was enough, seemingly to end Gage for the night. Everything after was just for fun. Driving his back into the ground yet again. Would not be surprised if Gage needed a bit of time off after that. 3. Yet.
Here is your winner, Elijah Fink.
And the deranged one has started building momentum and is now the number 1 contender for either Anthony or Fletcher this Thursday at TCWC's Blockade. You have to think Fletcher and Anthony are keeping a close eye on this contest, and Elijah is not a man you want to face when he is in his right mind, let alone in the headspace he has been as of late. But we have the Men's Capital Championship next in line between Dieter Van Stel and Eric Elkins. Dieter, of course, is a former Capital Champion, a very short reign, but a reign nonetheless. Whereas Eric Elkins is attempting to make a name by himself away from the rest of the former old gods. And we shall see if he is able to pick up the victory over the former Capital Champion, which might be a little bit of an upset.
is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Vienna, Austria, weighing in at 242 pounds, Van Steel!
And here he comes, the blade for the people himself. The former member of the Divashon dynasty, former one half of the Tussle Tag Team Champions, and former Capital Champion Dieter Van Stel, who seemingly is more focused now that he is able to be on a separate show from the rest of the members of the dynasty, and finally able to carve his own path despite temporary allies Domikos Anderson and Lucius Graves against Bram Winter in late last season seemingly having turned. But Dieter cannot concern himself with the actions of others. He has a very eager and hungry Eric Elkins to deal with. And will Dieter's experience in these high-stakes matchups prove to be enough?
And his opponent from Reykjavik, Iceland, weighing in at 267 pounds, the Wanderer, Eric Elkins!
Is Eric Elkins going to pull off what Urena Vada was able to earlier tonight and pull out the victory? Can only imagine how badly this man wants to prove himself and prove that Adrian Maverick made the right choice in drafting this man to Tussle. He is looking very focused here tonight. Here we go. Elkins starting quick. Van Stel manages to reverse already. Into the chain wrestling yet again. Elkins just too strong for Dieter. Please don't get turned into Broken Eagle. Dieter in control with the side headlock temporarily. Nice. Tiger suplex by Eric into the fireman's carry. Nice hot shot across the rope. Dieter manages to fight out of whatever Elkins had planned. Dieter going to work, calling for Elkins to get back to his feet. Dieter seemingly content to grapple with the stronger man in Elkins. Dieter no slouch in the power game himself, able to get the advantage and a nice kick to the leg, wearing out the base of Eric. Nice running face wash by Dieter into the pin. One. Only a one count. Eric manages to fight his way out of whatever Dieter had planned, but Dieter does the same to Elkins. Going to the top rope. Elkins is very far away. This might be ambitious. And it is, but not for the reason I thought it would be. Elkins sending Dieter off the ropes. Big back elbow sends Dieter crashing to the ground. Dieter manages to kick Elkins off, calling for him to get to his feet. Big jumping clothesline. Oh. Misses with the big forearm. Elkins does not miss with the big clothesline. Into the face stomps. Disrespectful by Elkins. And pays for the disrespect almost immediately. Van Stel went to go to the top rope, but collapsed momentarily. But he goes for that forearm once again, and this time lands it into the pin. One. Only a one. Big Knight's charge. Elkins manages to knee Dieter in the face. Tries to drag him into the far corner, a bit too ambitious. Big Michinoku driver into the pin. 1, 2, and almost a 3, but Elkins manages to get his shoulder up at the last second. Eric has taken quite a beating in this match. He's managed and thrown into the referee, but that might have been what he needed as he spins out of the power slam attempt into a DDT. Tries to rain down some fists, but Dieter rolls over, delivers his own, going to the top rope. Oh, went for the double axe handles, but turned into a backbreaker. Elkins rolling to the outside for a moment to catch his breath, maybe. But Dieter pulls himself up on the ropes, sent off. Elkins went for the kick, but too early. And now both of these men just trading punches and slaps back and forth. You'd have to think Elkins is the one this would favor. But so far, Dieter's managing to hold his own. Even possibly getting the advantage. Big slaps by both men. Elkins reverses that one into one of his own. And now these men just hockey fighting in the corner of the ring. Raining down right hands on each other, and Elkins gets the advantage. Big razor's edge into that corner. It's one of the hardest parts of the ring. It's not a soft landing by any stretch. 1, 2, only a 2 count. Pulls him back up. Big clubbing blow to the chest. Hauling him to his feet. You can see the bruising on Elkins' face. This match has been a war for both men. Drops him down across the top rope. Going to the second rope, calling Dieter up. Big shoulder tackle. Into the pin. Is this going to be it? Is exhaustion taking over? 1, 2, no. Dieter still has a little bit left in the tank, but Elkins is determined to drain that here and now. Busting Dieter open with those big hammer fists. Big running haluva kick in the corner. Into the pin. That has to be it. 1, 2, and it is. Eric Elkins is the next in line for the Capital Championship. Against either Cameron Owen, if Cameron can beat Lucas Amorin twice, or Lucas Amorin. That match was a slugfest. These two men beat Dieter was doing okay for a bit towards the end of last season anyways. This season's been a little rougher so far. But it's still also only like week, 3 of this season. I think he'll be fine. I don't blame you about being salty about Raymond. He came in with a lot of bravado and has not shown to be worth it. And you see the bruising on the face and neck of Eric showing the war that this man went through here tonight. But he has one hell of an opportunity in front of him in the coming weeks. Getting a chance to prove his worth on his own. But we are in to our last contenders match of the night. It is going to be Yami versus Adam Kendrick for the Tussle #1 contender spot for the Escalation Championship. It will be taking on Hugh Yamashita on Thursday at Blockade to see who will face the reigning Escalation champion Damakos Anderson later that night. This should be an interesting match. Yami looking to prove himself in singles competition yet again. Welcome back, Seaside. But here comes
The following contest is scheduled for one
Madness,
making his
our
way to the ring
old friend.
from San Francisco, California, weighing in at 169 pounds, the All-American.
the man formerly known as Evil Yami is here, looking to translate his former success in ACW here into the circuit and capture his first championship here. Came close on several occasions last season with NTG as the Great Ones to capturing the Tussle Tag Team Championships, but just was not meant to be. Yami looking for the opportunity of a lifetime to go to Blockade to face Yamashita, and for Yami hopefully face the dangerous Prince, or as he's known now, the All-American Nightmare Damakos Anderson for that Escalation Championship. Okay, look, only one person gets to call him Princeling without somebody talking shit, so... And that person we will see in about 2 matches. Here comes Adam Kendrick.
And his opponent, from Nashville, Tennessee, weighing in at 183 pounds, Adam Kendrick.
Adam Kendrick looking to capture his first championship here in TCWC as well. He put on quite the showing last season several times in attempts to capture the Cruiserweight Championship last year, and looking to maybe show off for a certain member of the Final Testament in Morgan Reed, who he has shown quite the fancy for in recent weeks. The interesting clash of personalities and styles in this match. Adam, the more traditional wrestler in cruiserweight terms, Yami more into the mind games and outside of the ring warfare than typical in-ring war. Into the grapples, Adam trying to get control, and he does, backing Yami into the ropes. Ref calls for the breaks, and we get a clean one. Big right hand by Adam wobbles Yami for just a second. Yami gets advantage on this one into the side headlock. Just grinding Kendrick down, but Kendrick manages to reverse into the hammerlock. What is he going to try and do from here? But no, Yami into a hammerlock of his own. Back and forth these men go, showing a bit more technical prowess than either of them are given credit for by myself. Nice fireman carry takeover into a standing armbar by Yami. Wrenching the arm of Kendrick. Is Kendrick going to be able to fight out of this, or is Yami going to take control in this match? Yami with a nice arm drag takeover. Big running forearm. Calls Kendrick back to his feet. Big knee by Kendrick, reverses into a nice small package. One. Only a 1 count. Just cranking on the neck of Yami. Yami going for a knee, almost manages to catch what Kendrick was going for, turning him around. Nice reverse suplex. But Kendrick manages to catch him. One, only a 1 count. Big clothesline by Adam. Now calling Yami to his feet. What has he got planned for Yami? Going out to the apron. Springboard clothesline, and he finds all of it. Yami rolling to the corner. But Kendrick just choking Yami out in the corner. You're right, I cannot stop you from calling it that. Nor would I, because that's kind of what it looks like, to be honest. Kendrick to the top, calling Yami to his feet. What's he have planned? Big cross body. Into the cover. 1, 2, only a 2 count. Big face stomp by Kendrick. Pops Yami up to a sitting position, only to bring him back down with a big boot to the chest. Ooh, Yami Goye. Kendrick attempts for a body slam, but Yami pops out into the sister, Abigail. 1, 2, only a 2 count. Yami pulling Kendrick back to his feet. Going for that mandible claw. Will Kendrick give? He does not. He manages to fight his way out of it. He was in that hold for a minute, though. But Kendrick into backstabber. 1, 2, only a 2 count. Kendrick seeming to go to the top rope. What is he going to do this time? Big swanton bomb connects into the pin. 1, 2, only a 2 count again. Yami gets the shoulder up. This time Yami is able to fight out of what Kendrick had planned. Yami going to the second rope, calling Kendrick back to his feet. Big double axe handles reversed by Kendrick with a punch to the gut. And a big right hand sends Yami back to the mat. Stomp to the gut and step by Adam. A nice dragon screw gets Yami back in control of this match with a running senton. Hauls Kendrick back to his feet. Dragging him over to the corner. Stomping away at Adam Kendrick's midsection. Making it hard to breathe for this man, which is a dangerous thing this late in the match. You need as much gas as you can possibly have. Just stomping the hand on the floor of Adam Kendrick is Yami. Just picking apart Adam Kendrick limb by limb, it seems. Drags him back to his feet and sends him back into the ring. Yami to the top rope himself. Did not go well for him last time. But this time, the diving fist drop hits. And into the pin. 1, 2, 3. And Yami is going to blockade to face Yamashita for the right to face Domikos Anderson later in the night for the Escalation Championship.
Mission failed. We'll get him next time.
By both men. But in the end, Yami is able to pull out the victory. So congratulations to Yami on an impressive showing here tonight. To see some of the replays of the action from this match. Quite the contest. Adam Kendrick definitely has nothing to hang his head about. That was a solid showing by both men. Here you see the final 3 count. Yami is victorious here tonight and moves 1 step closer to finally capturing his first championship here in the circuit. He has quite the challenge ahead of him in the next few days. But we are into our championship contests here tonight. Starting off with a Vanquisher Championship rematch between the Flyboy and reigning, defending Vanquisher champion Fletcher Stud versus Anthony, the former two-time Vanquisher champion in his own right, looking to regain that championship here tonight. These two men put on quite the showing last week, and I am excited to see what these two can do here tonight. See if they live up to the hype of the last match, or if it'll be like the previous rematch we had and end decisively. I am personally hoping for this to be a very good contest. For both of these men to be able to show off what they can do.
One fall, and is for the men's martial arts championship.
And here comes the former champion himself, Anthony, looking to regain what he feels like he shouldn't have lost. These men, along with Blade, have been trading this Vanquisher title back and forth since the end of last season. Will that continue here tonight, or will Fletcher be able to cement his reign? Only time will tell. And here comes the man himself, the Flyboy, the ladies' man, Fletcher Stud. Now a three-time Vanquisher champion here in TCWC, alongside a former around-the-clock champion in our counterpart in ADW. I love the crowd cheers in this game so much. Fletcher looking to cement his reign. I think the Flyboy flies high tonight. I think Fletcher Stud retains. That confidence this man has cannot be beaten.
Introducing the challenger. From Belo Horizonte, Brazil, weighing in at 209 pounds, the phenomenal one, Anthony Vincent! And his opponent, from Charleston, South Carolina, weighing in at 266 pounds, the men's martial arts champion, Flyboy Fletcher Stud!
Will this be the first and last time Fletcher Stud hands that belt over to the official? Or will the Flyboy walk out just as he walked in as your Vanquisher champion? And here you see the rules of this Vanquisher division contest. Only way to win is by knockout or submission. Both men going for big strikes early, not landing either. Anthony goes for a cutter off the apron, but Fletcher lets him fly by himself. crashing to the ringside mats. Fletcher takes advantage of that mishap for a moment, but Anthony is back on the offense for a split second before Flyboy takes advantage once again. Going for an armbar. We saw this end the women's Vanquisher match last week. Will it happen once again? Not tonight, not this time. That's why he's the Flyboy. He can make himself and others fly. Anthony in control right now, going for another Fujiwara armbar. Fletcher manages to roll out with a big knee to the back of the head. Firing away with strike after strike. But Anthony manages to get his way back in control. Big kicks into a nice drop kick. Flyboy with a Flyboy facebuster on the outside. Going for another one. But Anthony manages to reverse. Going for a Hell's Gate style submission, the Go-Go Plata. Will Fletcher tap? No, he will not. Anthony lets him go. Have to wonder how smart of a move that was. Fletcher dragging Anthony back towards the ring, tossing him back in, making him fly once again. Ooh, sending him into that exposed post. Picking him up with a nice Fisherman Buster. Fletcher calling him back to his feet, though. Big forearm by Anthony, but Fletcher with a right hand of his own. Anthony kick to the gut. Nice discus clothesline. Big elbow drop, driving into the chest of Fletcher. Stud. Another. Fletcher manages to fight his way out of this one. Big chops, but Anthony reverses the second one. It sends Anthony... Boot sends Anthony careening to the outside. Anthony climbing up to the barricade. Looking to fly against the Flyboy with a double axe handle, but out of the way. Flyboy with another Flyboy facebuster on the outside. He's going for a third. Will this be enough? Yes, it will. Fletcher Stud retains and is heading to Blockade to face Elijah Fink. And the Flyboy has cemented his reign here as Vanquisher champion. That attempt at the double axe handle on the barricade was ill-advised by Anthony into a double Flyboy facebuster on the outside.
Martial arts champion, Flyboy
Fletcher Stud. Making quite the name for himself, picking up right where he left off last season. have to wonder if Elijah Fink is going to be able to dethrone this man. Or if that confidence from Fletcher Stud is just too much to handle. There was friendship. Oh, the friendship was them trading the belt back and forth. But we are moving on to our second championship match of the night. Another Vanquisher Championship rematch between the Final Testament, Morgan Reed, and a member of Nexus of Fate, Roxy Graves. You have to wonder if Roxy saw what happened earlier tonight in the Nexus of Fate's tag team match against the Clan, and if that is playing any sort of role in her mental state currently. We shall see. Two of her best friends seemingly having a bit of issues, leading directly to them falling tonight.
And is for the Women's Martial Arts Championship.
She did not retire. She was actually in a match earlier tonight. But here she comes, the former Vanquisher champion herself, Morgan Reed, representing the Final Testament. And you have to know she is looking forward to getting her hands on Roxy Graves once again. Hannah was in the opening contest tonight, so it'll be the first match back on the VOD if you want to watch that. And here she comes. The reigning Vanquisher champion. 1/3 of Nexus of Fate. 1/2 of... possibly 1/2 of Raucus. That remains to be seen. But the sound guy is probably not going to have a job after tonight. Which I can't blame them, and Roxy has put the belt around her waist very quickly. She is looking much more focused than she was 2 weeks ago, heading into the match against Morrigan. So you have to think that victory over Morrigan, and from what I have heard, a minor bit of reconciliation between her and the Princeling.
From Las Vegas, Nevada, Ace Morgan Reed. And And her opponent from St. Paul, Minnesota, the Women's Martial Arts Champion, Roxanne Graves!
Look, the arson hasn't happened yet, so I can't say that yet. We're waiting on you, Harold. You see what these two women are going after, that Vanquisher Championship. Here we go. Morgan starting off with a big clothesline. Big disrespectful stomps to the face of Roxy Graves. Roxy manages to kick her off, going for a senton and misses. Morgan rolling out of the way. Roxy with a nice head scissor takeover. Morgan manages to kick her off yet again. Morgan sent to the apron. Roxy going for the cutter, but no. Morgan lets Roxy fly off into the barricade now. Morgan manages Morgan in control at the moment, busting Roxy open with that nasty forearm. Roxy manages, there's an invisible wall, but Morgan taking advantage of that. Possibly. Harold, I think they're broken. Nice Russian leg sweep by Roxy into the punches, letting out some of that frustration she has been feeling towards members of the Final Testament. Mighty Morphin crowd. Fair enough. Morgan attempting to send Roxy back into the ring, but big spin out power bomb. Stomping on the ankle of Roxy. Morgan picks her up. Sends her. Picks her up. Yes. I would like the AI to behave. It's kind of its job, but Roxy with a figure four. Lets Morgan out, but Morgan manages to fight her way out. Big clothesline to the back of Roxy's neck. Morgan, big forearm to the face of Roxy Graves, calling for her to get back to her feet. Roxy manages to reverse what Morgan was going for, but Morgan fights her way out as well. A nice reverse DDT. But Roxy is back up, fired up. Nice little back neck breaker combo by Morgan onto Roxy. Trying to send her past the invisible wall, but not quite working. Roxy with a nice flipping senton, calling Morgan to her feet. What's she going for? Big kick to the gut, terminal. No. Morgan reverses. Big kick to the knee, DDT. Nice elbow drop by Roxy. Picking Morgan up, trying to send her. Does not work. Roxy attempts to kick Morgan, but Morgan catches it. A nice kick of her own to Roxy's leg. Roxy with a nice chop block reversal. Morgan kicks her off. Picks her up. Dragging Roxy to the ring and throwing her back inside. Morgan calling for Roxy to get to her feet. Roxy reversing yet again, but Morgan reversing her own into a big body slam. But Roxy reverses Morgan yet again, big stomp. Big elbow drop just misses by Roxy. Morgan delivering a big punch to the midsection, but Roxy reverses. Roxy going to pick Morgan up and carry her. What is she planning? Big shoulder breaker in the middle of the ring. She's going for it. Called shot, loaded up, and it hits. But that is not enough to end Morgan here tonight. A big enziguri. Roxy with a big running clothesline. Morgan rolling out of the ring. Roxy misses the dive. Morgan with a dive of her own. Misses, kind of, sort of, but also hits, kind of, sort of. Nice head scissor takeover by Roxy. Called terminal trigger, and it lands! But that is not enough here tonight. Morgan is eating a called shot and a terminal trigger and is still in this match. But Morgan manages to kick Roxy off. Went for something, but Roxy catches the kick into a single leg lock, heel hook. She has it locked in. Morgan, is she going to tap? No, Roxy lets her out. Wow, she's going for another called shot, and this time, it's still not enough. Morgan is still in this match. Into a sleeper hold. This has to be it. Morgan is going night-night. And she doesn't. She is still in this match. How in the blue hell is Morgan still going? Big elbow drop to the back of Morgan. Going for those Garvin stomps. Calling Morgan up to her feet. Another terminal trigger, possibly. That is it. The enziguri does it. Signal lost. Thank you. Jesus. The amount of punishment Morgan withstood in this match is insane. That was a hell of a contest. And Roxy manages to cement her reign despite the blood loss, despite every bit of Morgan hanging in there. That's fair. She didn't even go for an armbar this match. But man, that was one hell of a contest. But we are here at our main event of the evening. For the men's Capital Championship, we have Cameron Owens taking on the reigning, defending Capital Champion, Lucas Amorin. And if I'm not mistaken, Lucas had some words to say earlier. Once again, Lucas Amorin and Cameron Owens meet once again. And of course, this can be something good for both sides, because we have another opportunity for this title. Now think about it for a second. This is the 4th time we have fought each other, and for the 4th time, the main focus of our fight is this title that I carry. You with the first victory, and I with the following. But I see beyond the prize. I see the result, the repercussion of this, and every time we fight, I see an improvement in both of us, and more as a result, we give better and better fights to the public, and as a result, they ask for more and more of Lucas versus Cameron. Almost the same as Anthony and Fletcher. Seems to be an endless cycle between the two of us. But that's not something I enjoy, see? I didn't come here to face a guy multiple times. I'm here for the new, and there's a lot of people I want to face here, but this is something you achieved, so I can't stop you from having this chance just because I want to. After all, it's a consequence of being the champion. Of course, I don't mind fighting you once, twice, 4, 20, 100 times, if necessary, 1,000 times. But I don't like the infinite loop this is taking, and although I respect you, Cameron, one of us has to put an end to this before it's too late. So who will decide the course of this and be remembered as Capital Champion in the end? Will it be you, Cameron? Or will it be me? Wrong words by Lucas Amorin here tonight. Cameron Owens has been a workhorse thus far for Tussle this season.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Men's Classic Championship.
Down guy! I suspect a very large fine or this man losing his job after his performance tonight. Not Cameron Owen, the sound guy. But Cameron Owen, the longest reigning Capital Champion, looking to regain that championship here tonight. And like I said, he has been a workhorse thus far for Tussle this season, despite being a later round draft pick. Stolen the show on multiple occasions with incredible contests. And he looks to add to that list tonight. But here he is, the reigning, defending Capital Champion, Lucas Amorin, the leader of Chaos. Lucas Morin looking very confident here tonight that he will walk out the same way he walked in as your reigning Capital Champion.
Introducing the challenger. From the Bronx, New York, weighing in at 267 pounds, Cameron Owen! And his opponent, from Brazil, weighing in at 227 pounds, the men's classic champion, the Savior, Luke
This promises to be a very good contest between these two men in similar yet different styles between these two. Cameron very much more the powerhouse than Lucas. Lucas, the former cruiserweight, now turned heavyweight. And here we go, Lucas starting off quick, fast. Big moonsault into the cover. Only the one count. Cameron firing back with punches. Lucas manages to reverse. Lucas walking the ropes. Drop kick misses. Stomp to the back of the arm. Talking trash. Calling Lucas back to his feet. Lucas manages to fight out. Not for much longer though. Back and forth these men go. Lucas out to the apron, but thinks better of it. Big snake eyes. Big splash follows it up. Cameron in control at the moment. Can he keep it up? Hesitating for just a moment, but does not seem to have cost him just yet. Into a modified camel clutch, but Lucas is out very quickly. Double springboard hurricanrana. Into the rapid fire curb stomps to Cameron Owens. Calling him back to his feet. What is he looking for? Big spear.
You shall not pass!
Stomping away on the hand of Cameron Owens. Which is a smart strategy. If you reduce the grip strength of that man, he's not able to get his hands on you the way he wants. But a nice patella brainbuster. Another splash, but Lucas moves out of the way. Big punch, wobbles Cameron, sends him off the rope. Claymore style kick. Doesn't go for the pin. Another misses. Big stomp to the gut. Cameron calling him up to his feet. What does he have planned? Another splash. This time connects yet again. Driving the air out of Lucas Amorin. Brings him up to a knee. Big running boot. Drops Amorin. Nice spinning heel kick. And it lands. One. Only a 1 count. If you hear someone in the crowd is very upset about that. Concussion drop. I eventually will learn these. Only a 1 count. Yet again, stomping away at Cameron Owens. Going to the top rope. Big double stomp. Ducks under. Big sit-out spine buster. Cameron manages to fight out, calling him up to his feet. Luke managed to get out of the way of that, dropped with a DDT. Big boot by Cameron Owens. And nice little stomp driving Lucas's face into the mat. Nice little body splash. Into the cover. 1, 2, only a 2 count. Nice little stomp to the back of the arm. No, Morin manages to get out of the way. Nice Claymore. Busts Cameron wide open. Nice little roll through kick. Lucas going to the corner. It's gonna set up for something, but Cameron made it back to his feet too soon. Cameron going up to the top rope. Nice move. Lucas manages to reverse that attempt at a clothesline with a baseball slide out of the ring. Big showing off elbow drop by Lucas Amorin. Tries to send Cameron back into the ring. Full Nelson face buster. Lucas attempts to send Cameron, does not work. Lucas sent into the steel steps. Immediately manages to fight out. A headlock driver on the corner of the steps. Jesus Christ. Cameron has to be concussed after that. Jesus. That has to be it. 1, 2. How is Cameron up after that? How does he have anything left? Big super kick. Setting up for a concussion drop yet again. And it lands once again. 1, 2, and Lucas kicks out of another concussion drop. Manages to reverse with a drop, toe hold, a springboard moonsault, misses the mark. Jesus. Shock treatment. Into the pin. 1, 2, 3. Capital punishment ends the match. we have a new capital champion here tonight. And his name is Cameron Owens. What a contest between these two men. Wow. That is... Blockade has one hell of a main event lined up, if you ask me. Look at the bruising forming already on the body of Cameron Owen. The fact that he survived a headlock driver on the corner of the stairs is insane. If you ask me, I would have 100% counted him out at that point, but it was not to be tonight. Cameron Owen would not die. But that brings us to the end of tonight's card. Harold, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to run commentary for you.
Problem.
I very much had fun despite my voice probably hating me in the morning.
Thank you for saving mine for tomorrow.
You're welcome. No, this was like stupid fun. I had a blast doing this.
And come back on Thursday for the return of everyone's favorite Bayou Men. Yes, indeed. Jimmy Long will be back for Blockade.
I will unfortunately be missing Blockade due to previous obligations, but I wish all the talent the best of luck during Blockade, and hope everyone enjoys the show.
Don't die at D&D.
I'm the one running the campaign. You don't got to worry about it.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, unless my players physically kill me, then, you know. Then there's really not much I can do, because there's like 4 of them and only 1 of me, so, you know.
This is fair. But I hope you guys enjoyed the evening. This is the second night we actually finished before 11.
This match went by super quick, or this card went by super quick. I'm pretty happy about that, honestly, even with the amount of multi-person matches.
Interesting developments with tonight as well. Cameron Owen getting a little bit spited yet again by the lack of music. Haley Dawn refusing to actually help Olivia.
You just watched Olivia be absolutely brutalized by the clan. It was shocking, to say the least. I know there was some tension between Roxy and Haley last week, or 2 weeks ago, but I wouldn't have expected that to spill over into Haley and Olivia's partnership.
Very much agreed. And there's also 2 big brawls that occurred that have Blockade implications. Alex
That
Nitro
is true.
and Lucius Graves may have have some more words to take care of at Blockade, as well as Sophia Griffin and Selena Shade, though Carolyn Moore will have the final say on if that match is a go.
That is very true. But speaking of Lucius Graves, there seems to be a development backstage, Harold.
Indeed, there is.
The camera opens backstage in a quiet, dim hallway lit by a single flickering light overhead. A lone steel chair sits at the end facing the wall. A hooded figure rests in it, unmoving. Footsteps echo softly as Sky steps into view, stopping just beside the chair, eyes on the hooded figure. I knew I'd find you here, hidden in plain sight, just like always. You've felt it too, haven't you? The shift in the air. Not just here, but there too. You've heard the shadows cry out for change. And I think we both know what needs to be done, don't we? She crouches down in front of the hooded figure as he slowly lifts his head.
Was wondering how long it was going to take you not to see the need, but to ask. Lucius's face hides any emotion, a cold, stoic stare. The light burns dimmer every day, just a bit closer to embers.
Then let it burn, Lucius. Let it die like all false thrones should. She slowly rises to her feet. We've played their game for long enough. Marched to the beat of their broken drums. Watched them prop up the undeserving and call them kings. She glances down the hallways and back to him. The final testament. We're done waiting. The time for sermons is over. Now we write our scriptures in their ashes. You said it yourself, the light's fading. So come stand with us in the dark. You, me, all of us. She extends a hand towards him, palm open. What do you say, Lucius? One last gospel? Together?
Lucius looks down for a moment, almost shaking his head, his hand briefly clutching at the angel tattoo beneath his jacket. His body relaxes slightly, a small laugh in his breathing. He takes Sky's hand. We'll burn a new creed into these places. They won't have a choice but to listen.
Her fingers tighten around his hand, a faint smile ghosting her lips. They tried to bury us beneath their thrones. Now we rise to rewrite our gospel in ash and iron. She leans in close, her voice dropping to a secretive whisper. Their end begins now. She releases his hand and steps aside, walking back down the hallway as the camera cuts out.
The camera quickly cuts to Cameron walking backstage and finding a cameraman. He pulls him along with him. This title on his shoulder. This title on the shoulder. It belongs on. But there's a small problem. Everybody backstage, in a position of so-called power, is trying to drag me down. First that corrupt-ass ref, now the sound guy. I don't care about my blockade opponent right now. I'm about to go beat that sound guy's ass. He sprints off towards the production truck as the camera blacks out a final time.
Jesus. Quite the ending of the show here tonight. a seeming alliance between two very enigmatic superstars on the TCWC roster. You have to wonder what that means for the rest of the company.
Both in TCWC and in ACW, where the mutiny is also ongoing.
That is very true. And Sky, with the final testament backing her, Lucius, and the new attitude in Hannah Mortis, is she going to join in this, or is she going to stay on her own? Only time will tell, but I am very excited to see how this plays out.
I am very excited also. However, things will have to wait until Blockade, unless they will occur tomorrow night, potentially over on ACW Wednesday nights. But I believe whether or not that will be occurring is still up in the air. So I believe it's going to be more likely a Blockade. But I wish you guys a wonderful rest of the evening. And don't do anything too crazy. You want to take it from here, Mr. Galloway?
I thank all of you for joining us, for listening to my first attempt at solo commentary. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night. And I hope that you will all be here for Blockade, and if Gab streams tomorrow night, I hope to see you in ACW as well.
Don't be
You guys have a
crazy.
good night.
Good night.
Good night.